Here we go. This is live. We're getting ready to start the show. I'm glad everybody's here. It's going to have a great time. I'm still getting over Cinco de Mayo, man.
The Preakness Balloon Festival on May 18th through the 20th at Howard County Fairgrounds is a great event you won't want to miss. And this year, ABC2 will be broadcasting live from the fairgrounds on Thursday night. It's WMAR meteorologist Mike Taylor and Lynette Charles. They'll preview the festival and give an insider's look at forecasting weather in Maryland. Swing by the ABC2 tent on Thursday for great giveaways, familiar faces, and then stick around for their live weather show at 7
Oh, it's going to be great.
Can't make it to the festival? Watch the show on ABC2, Fios 512, and Xfinity 802.
When hiring a company to replace the roof on your home, isn't it important that you, your family, and your home are treated with honor and respect? I, Adam Kincaid here, owner of Valor Roofing, and our company is built on these exact core principles: honor, respect, and trust. My father, a Vietnam War veteran, started and built our company upon these principles. Because of this, Valor has become one of the most trusted and hired roofers in the region.
Stand by, baby.
It's very simple. Homeowners want a beautiful new roof installed by professionals.
Stand by, baby.
And Valor Roofing's delivered this experience for thousands of homeowners in our area. Currently, we are offering to replace your roof for only $89
Oh,
a month.
Mr. Bill and Michael are watching.
No
Jesus.
money out of your pocket and a new roof on your head for only $89 a month. Learn why thousands choose Valor Roofing. Call for your free estimate today. 443-302-6370 or visit valorexteriors.com.
Speak Your Mind is sponsored by Derek Stroman and Stroman Entertainment. This is Talk Radio 680 WCBM. Time now for Speak Your Mind. Here's your hosts, Derek Stroman and Jimmy Zane.
Hello, hello, hello. This is the Speak Your Mind show, and you're listening to Derek Stroman, the host of the Speak Your Mind show. In the studio tonight, we have Micah and Amber Dalton. Say hi to everybody, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, no P. Hill tonight. P. Hill is on call, and Dustin Grits also got a little tied up in today's events and couldn't make it in.
CBM, Ron Savage,
It's going to be
Speak
us.
Your Mind.
I believe, we're still
Hey,
waiting
man,
on Miss
hold on one
Annette
second, buddy.
Munich to call in from Chicago. She might actually be on hold.
What do you got on mic?
But
Yeah,
the
buddy.
special guest of this evening,
Got it.
his name is Chris Myers. And
Hey, what are you talking about
he will
tonight,
be
Mike?
calling in. I believe he lives
Rockville?
in Rockville as well. He'll be calling in. Chris is an actor, been in
Okay,
several
man, you just hold
films.
on. Put your right on.
All around talented individual. I had a chance to meet him.
Mike.
Ago. We're doing a project we're working on called TV Free Baltimore, and he's going to have his own show there as well. So I'm excited to talk to him whenever he calls in. So there's a lot of things to talk about. A lot of things I wanted to not so much get off my chest, but just things that I felt was interesting. And I'd love for you guys to
Speak Your
chime
Mind,
in
Ron
right
Savage
there.
talking,
Number
and
to call
who's
is
calling in now?
922-668-0.
Oh, Chris, hold on.
And
Is this Chris a guest or Chris calling
yeah,
in?
so one of those things is,
Chris?
I don't know, lately it's
And where
been
you calling
seeming
from?
like, I don't know, people are a little irritated lately. I don't know if you guys have noticed this.
Guest.
And, I see...
I've noticed.
All
I've seen-
right.
and it's funny,
All
right?
right.
And like I said,
All right,
we're going
Chris,
to have
you hold
fun,
on, and we're
Micah,
going to put you
because
right up there. I got you on the
the
screen.
topics that I want to talk about,
All right, buddy.
they're probably
All right.
at home with you
Guest number 2.
and our listeners as well.
Well, I
Because,
hope so.
yeah, because these things, they really affect us all, and sometimes we
Bada
talk
bing,
about
bada
them,
boom,
and
bada
sometimes we don't.
bing.
Lately, people everywhere have just been seeming a little unusually irritated about things. People have been driving erratically. There's no patience. People just get really frustrated a little quick. And I'm like, what is going on? I have my own ideas, of course, what I think is going on, but I'm pretty sure you have your own.
Well, let's unpack that a
opinions as
little
well.
bit. Like, what are one of the causes that you feel that have led to this distress?
Now, look. I'm not really that big type of political guy. However, I do talk a little politics, and you know, I've explained to you in private conversations or conversations that we've had off air how I feel about certain things. But I really believe that a lot of people, more liberal-minded people, and I will say it like that, more liberal-minded people are still just really, really frustrated with the outcome of the election. I just, and it's to the point where we're past like the first 100 days or whatever. So, you know, people with short attention spans, and that's what it is.
Chris is number 2. Chris is called in. He's the guest.
But it's one of those things where after a while you just accept it. Everybody, you know, time heals all wounds, usually. Okay,
Not to the people that you just brought up.
Exactly. So now you see where I'm going with this conversation.
I actually had to block my sister on Facebook just because it's been a nonstop, every 15 minutes barrage about just Trump this, Trump that.
Irritability.
It's
I can't
fascinating
stand
that-
it.
It's fascinating that she said that. At some point tonight, I would really love to get your opinion on something that's really been plaguing me, and I'm pretty sure it's going to fit into the conversation. But as for people being bent out of shape about the election, I have become, over the last couple of months, so jaded and cynical about all of this. You know, on election night, my wife and I were
Jaded
chewing our
and
fingernails
cynical.
down to the bone, and we didn't know whether it was going to be worse if Hillary won or if Trump won. And neither one of us voted for either one of those buffoons.
Right.
But we knew that with Hillary, it's the devil you know. It's at least a crazy that we're familiar with. And with Trump, it was just this lunatic who said every couple of years for as long as I've been alive that he wanted to run for president.
Yeah.
And he did it this time, and he won. And, you know, good for him. But I couldn't take people's explanations, you know, throughout the entire primary process. Well, I'm voting for Trump because he's not a politician. You know, we need someone who's not a politician.
Now,
To which
you
I
wouldn't
kept,
get a plumber to do your car.
well,
So-
yeah, actually, she's talking about an example that I used during that entire time, which is that that's rather like having a flooded basement, and after multiple times of plumbers not being able to fix the problem, someone getting fed up and yelling, you know what, plumbers are all bums, I don't need a plumber. I'm going to get a hairdresser to fix this flooded basement problem. Hairdressers are wonderful people, and we need them, but you can't have a hairdresser fix your plumbing problem, and a businessman is not an appropriate substitution for a politician when you need a politician. The problem is you need an honorable, decent politician with some character. And we did have some of them that ran on the Republican side, and dare I say, we even had one or two that ran on the Democrat side. I myself, I love the truthfulness that came out of Bernie's mouth. He's wrong about everything, but he was very open and upfront. I'm a democratic socialist. He actually said it. Obama and Hillary never would admit it. And they're as socialist or communist as anybody.
Definitely.
Well, I would agree with you. I tend to agree with what you just said mostly. However, I believe that you're going to have an ounce of, what's the word? Untruthfulness. Is that the right word to use?
It's not untruthfulness. What's
Yeah.
another
Can we Google that? Can we look at that?
Distrustfulness?
Of what?
All jokes aside, though, you're going to have that. It just comes with the job. Again, that is a job that I would not want. Okay, so these people who are running to be the president of a whole country, to me, are crazy.
Sounds good.
To
Sounds
begin
good.
with. Okay, why would you want that kind of job? Like you just said, Trump was a businessman.
Speak your mind, Ron Savage,
Still
and
is a
who's calling in
businessman.
tonight?
Okay, he ran businesses, still runs big corporations. Now he runs the biggest corporation.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Brian. Let's
Okay,
just get your
and
name
he
in
even
here.
said it himself
Brian.
a couple days
And,
ago.
Brian,
that
what part of town you calling
He
from?
thought that being president would be
Catonsville.
easier
Well, that is one of the single
Yeah,
dumbest
it's
things
great.
that I've ever heard anybody say. And yeah, I've heard it said, I think one of our founding fathers, I don't recall who, actually said that the person that
you
wants
got
to
it,
be the
Brian?
president the most is
I
going
got
to be
you
the
right on the
least
board, and
qualified to
you
be
just
president.
hang on there, and we'll get you
Because
right on.
anybody
Thanks for
that
calling.
wants
Speak
that
your
much
mind.
power and that much
right.
responsibility must have something
Terrific.
nefarious in mind. Anybody
Terrific.
with an ounce of sanity would go, I don't want that. I mean, if for no other reason, then look at every single picture of a president when they enter office and when they leave. Obama looks like he aged 20 years
See all
in
the
8
grays?
years.
I know. Well,
He had a bounce in his step when he went in there, and now he looks haggard.
it's a
Like a
stressful
turd.
job.
And he didn't
Probably
even do a
the
good
most
job.
stressful.
You know,
The most stressful
look at
job.
a president like Reagan, who actually did a reasonably good job for 8 years. And I mean, he
Definitely.
encountered stuff that, thank the Lord, most presidents don't have to. He was shot and was this close to being dead.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't the only one. So
But as far as presidents, I have a different standard for president than a lot of people do. John Adams, our second president, I believe, stated that our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people, and it is wholly inadequate to the government of any other. So, I mean, people say, oh, separation of church and state.
Yeah.
By the way, not in the Constitution, not in the Declaration of Independence, not in any of those
I'm
things.
going to say this, and then I'm going to get to the callers. We have some
Absolutely.
people online.
Outstanding.
But you just hit it right on the head. So you have to be very careful and cautious of what you say out of your mouth once you become president, based on some of maybe your personal beliefs as that individual, which
And
in this
Donald
case is
Trump is the least guarded person with what he says of anybody I've ever
Exactly.
heard.
So
I mean,
now-
halfway through the primary, everybody was saying, "Can someone take his phone from him?
That's
Don't
what
let
I'm
him on
saying.
Twitter."
How much of a religious guy can you really claim to be if you don't talk
WCBM,
about it
speak
all
your
the
mind,
time
and
and
who's
really
calling
live
tonight? I mean.
by
It's not a
by
matter
those
of
standards.
talking about it. It really is a matter of living.
Hey, how you doing, sweetheart? Hold on
Living
one
with
second.
it.
Let me put
By
you
the
here.
way, the word we were looking for before was duplicity.
Oh, duplicity!
Oh, my.
I knew there was a better word to use.
It's a
out
great
there.
word,
Thank you.
isn't
All right,
it?
and then I got you logged
If
in.
you
Hang
guys
on,
want
okay?
to get in on the conversation out there
All right,
in
thanks.
WCBM listening land, the number to call is 410-922-6680. And I want to get to the phone lines here. We have Mike in Parkville who's been patiently waiting.
We sure can. Come on, Mike, baby.
Hey, how are you? Welcome to the Speak Your Mind show.
I'm doing okay. I called in on a different topic.
2 minutes.
In a way, it's related to the conversation because one of the reasons Donald Trump got elected is he's just so right in saying what he wants, and I kind of see it as a good starting point because if you look at how politicians are handling things, you can see how screwed up things have become. Take, for instance, what's going on in Rockville from Rockville High. What do you think of what happened?
What incident are we talking about here?
Yeah, Mike, why don't you go ahead and let the listeners know what happened?
Immigrants at Rockville High.
Oh, was this that detestable story about the young girl being molested in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, Derek.
Oh,
where they
yeah.
violently sexually molested an underclassman in a restroom. I think it's absolutely horrible, but I have to ask you, Mike, as much as I want the president to do the stuff that he said he would do, the proposed budget doesn't have the money set aside for the border specifically is footnoted with cannot be used for the wall. You know, he said that he wants to defund Planned Parenthood, and it's still funded in the budget. It seems like every single point that he made that got him elected, the opposite is true.
Yeah, and you know who his biggest enemies are going to be?
Please tell me.
The Republicans in Congress.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, you can stay on the line for a little bit here. We have to go to break. Thank you for listening and calling the Speak Your Mind show. Everybody out there, hang on. We'll be right back after these messages.
You awake?
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick.
That's how you
One
do
of us
it.
are getting a good night's sleep,
Well, I have the CPAP.
but you're not using it. And when you stop breathing, it really scares me.
I know. I've tried so hard to use it, but I just can't tolerate it. What do you want me to do?
I want you to call 410-465-3224. Dr. Damian Blum, who's in Ellicott City, is a general dentist. He's been trained to offer a proven alternative to the CPAP mask by making a custom-fit mouthpiece, and it's covered by insurances, including Medicare.
Is it that important to you that I sleep?
It's that important to me that you live.
If you can't use a CPAP or you snore or suspect you have sleep apnea, call Dr. Damian Blum, located in Ellicott City. 410-465-3224 for your free consultation, or log on to MarylandSleepSolutions.com. That's 410-465-3224. And put your snoring and sleep apnea to rest.
The Hilton Garden Inn, Owings Mills.
All right, so
where
look.
we provide a positive environment
we have
for the always
a
on
bunch
the
of
go
people,
guest
as you know.
to discuss
And
and connect
at some point, I'll bring her into the conversation.
You just let me know. I'll lock her in so everybody else can keep calling
And
in.
I'm gonna,
And we got the other guy, Chris.
Yeah, we're
is a
bringing
guest.
Chris. Can I talk to those two? You said we can talk to as many people now, right?
Yeah, as many as you want.
All right,
I'll get them locked in, and we got the other callers calling. I'll situate that. No sweat.
So can we? So what I'd like to do, if you can, I'd like to bring in Chris and Annette.
Yeah.
The reason why, and then Brian later.
They're both locked in. They can both talk it with other people talking all over.
Thank you, because it's already like pushing half an hour. I want to get them in.
Yeah. Okay. I can do this. I can do this.
Offering dinner room service after a hectic day. Call today to make your reservations or to plan an event. 410-654-0030. The Hilton Garden Inn, Owings Mills.
If you need hotel accommodations for your business clients or out-of-town guests, the Hampton Inn Owings Mills is perfect. The Hampton Inn Owings Mills is located close to the heart of Baltimore. At the Hampton Inn, you'll enjoy the comforts of home and friendly service. Start your day out right with Hampton Inn's free hot breakfast served daily. In a rush and no time for breakfast?
Almost missed the promo, but I've
Hampton
got it
Inn
right
Owings
over
Mills
here.
Breakfast bag. Available Monday through
Good.
Friday.
I'm gonna rejoin.
For lunch and business suggestions, they're knowledgeable.
Let's start with the song. The Boys Are Back in Town. It's a good song. I'm going to play that as a rejoin. And I'm great. And I'm great. Yes, I am. I love myself.
Free high-speed internet.
Savage mode.
24/7. Plus, guests enjoy a heated indoor swimming pool and access to the fitness center. Book
Okay,
your
baby.
reservations for Hampton Inn Owings Mills at hampton.com. Or call 410-654-2780.
All right, Mama.
410-654-2780.
30-second promo after this.
Hey, WCBM listeners, if you haven't visited the WCBM store at WCBM.com, you're missing out on a lot of
Ahead at the bottom.
Show your
Start
support
with the
of
weather.
WCBM by proudly
The
wearing
weather.
our WCBM ball cap or the WCBM golf shirt. While you visit our store, check out the deals on
Okay.
restaurant gift cards. They make great gifts.
10
And if you
seconds.
scroll down a little further, you'll find some interesting books that make great reading. Check it out. The WCBM store
Here we
at
go.
WCBM.com.
Thank you, super producer Ron Savage, for bringing us back from break.
No sweat.
Stroman, and you're listening to the Speak Your Mind show. And I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Johnny D's Lounge,
Yay.
located at 1705 of Muskie Road in Parkville, Mike. So if you're close to Johnny D's Lounge over there in Parkville, why don't you go pay him a visit? Or you could call, place your order, pick it up when you get there. The number to call is 410-665-7000. Again, that number is 410-665-7000. If you're hungry and you want to get over to Johnny D's Lounge, located in Parkville, okay? I want to bring in our lovely co-host who resides in Chicago, Annette. I want to bring her into the conversation. Annette, are you there?
There she goes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Annette. It's good to have you back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We missed you last week. How you been?
I have been good. I've been busy. I've been working on books. So
Oh yeah,
I
that's
had
right.
deadlines and
Outstanding.
We got
We look forward to talking to you
we got
about
a
them
new-
at some point.
yeah.
Speak your mind. Ron Savage. And who's calling in today?
Annette, you still with us?
I am.
Oh, sorry about that. It got low for a second there.
I'm sorry. Who's that?
You hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, Henry J. And you
But
are
continue. You
West.
said you're working.
I was working on books.
And what would you like to talk
we
about? A
have
couple
new
lines.
one, Amazing Paranormal Encounters, Volume 4, and all of the volumes have been bestsellers, and this one is no different. It's #1 right now as a...
Oh, you want to talk about driving? Because I got a commercial coming up.
It broke the top 10 of 3 genres on Amazon, so people really like these books.
Yeah, but just wait a minute. I'm coming up on a hard break. So you just want to talk about driving because I want to make sure your topic's up there so you can get on the air.
People that are notable.
Driving and what else?
They're authors, they're radio show hosts, they're tour guides.
Flying?
We put together these collections of books and put them out every 6 months.
Oh, man, that sounds really great. Hey, look, Henry, I'm going to put you on right now. You just hold on, okay? Because we're coming up on a hard break.
Well, congratulations. That was
All right, my friend. Thanks for
excellent
calling.
news.
Speak your mind, huh?
I still have to get to.
All right, take it easy.
looking at
Hold
some of
on
these
now.
books. I mean, you got so many books now. It's like I feel so far.
All right,
behind,
good guy. Sound like a good guy.
reading.
Sound like a
I'm
good
gonna
guy.
have to. I'm probably just going to get with you and have you tell me what book I should start with, and go.
Where was I at? Oh.
You know what I mean?
I do, and I think that people will like Amazing Paranormal Encounters because it's, you can sit and read a chapter, you can think about that story, and then pick it up when you're ready and read somebody else, and Rick Keeper's in it, I'm in it. We have a lot of great
639.
Tony Mahan. She's got,
Oh, 639.
books out there, really good friend of mine. Jeffrey Scott Leeper.
Beautiful.
So, and they all just
3-minute stations.
Go ahead. I think it was just a little insert there. Did you? I don't know. You actually heard that? Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
I heard it. It came through.
I did hear that. So in this volume we have a lot of haunted object stories, which mine is as well. I wrote about a haunted bottle, which was an experience that we went through about 5 years ago that's really, really creepy. And we have a haunted wheelchair, we have haunted shoes, a haunted
Beautiful.
purchase.
Wow.
2 minutes.
I have to ask, Annette, I understand haunted dolls, haunted wheelchairs, haunted rocking chair, all of these things that could creak or move and be creepy. How does a haunted bottle affect anybody?
A haunted bottle.
I have to tell you a little bit about this story.
Yeah, I'm going to have to hear this. A haunted bottle.
I'm glad you asked. I was living in Missouri. I was in a relationship, and I'm back in Chicago now. But anyway, I was home visiting family for a few weeks, and we had some guys come in and check on the furnace, and they brought this bottle up from the basement. And I had already had a weird experience with the basement door where it was like somebody on the other side of the door was trying to open the door and banging it in the frame and jiggling the handle. And I knew nobody was down there and the door wasn't locked, so if somebody was down there, they could have opened it. But when the bottle came up, whatever was in the basement was able to come up into the rest of the house with the bottle. And I looked up the old bottle online, and it said Frigid Fluid Company, Chicago, Illinois, and that turns out to be a company that still exists today, and that bottle once contained embalming fluid. Back in the day, they used to prepare bodies and kind of have wakes and viewings in the home. So we're assuming that that's what happened. But when the bottle came up, whatever was down there also came up, and it was kind of an angry spirit. So yeah, that turned out to be an old antique bottle of embalming fluid.
Well, save that thought. Save that thought for a minute. We got to go to break. We're going to come back in, though, with Chris Meyer. He's the star of the indie film Hamilton. He's on hold right now. Hang in there, Chris. We'll be right back after these messages.
That's a good song, too, eh?
High temperatures here in Baltimore remain cooler than average, although we are going to be a touch warmer on Sunday. Overnight, any remaining drops of rain will come to an end early. We'll see a partially clearing sky, low in the mid to upper 40s. Early sunshine Sunday will give way to more.
Beautiful, beautiful.
There's a chance for a rain shower or two. Highs low 60s with a windy west wind. Sunshine, a few clouds for your Monday. Highs low 60s, mid 60s, lots of sun on Tuesday. I'm Todd Bork for Weather Channel for Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
I wish these bags under my eyes would just go away. If that sounds like you every morning, you're not alone. Bags and puffiness under the eyes are a problem for millions of American men and women. Until now. Introducing the
So listen, call in at 410-922-6688. We got a lot of people on the phone right now.
I've been using Genucel for a couple
On the
months.
phone right there.
The puffiness around my eyes is gone.
On the phone right there. And yeah, because everything's backwards. I'm doing like this is my right, that's my left. But over here it's like different. So it's like I'm in the mirror. But it's a good show. Love the show. It's got a lot of great guests. Oh wait a minute! Here comes Derek Stroman. You don't believe me? Oh man! Here he comes, man! Here he comes! Here he comes!
Yeah! I love this stuff, man. I'm telling you, I should not. I should get in trouble for this job because I love it so much and it's so much fun. I should not be allowed to do this. I'm telling you right now, man. It's that much fun. You guys gotta love Ron Savage. Ron Savage is the greatest. He is the man in this business, all right? So don't y'all forget it. Ron Savage is the best producer in Baltimore, Maryland. Better believe it.
Thank you
and I
so
love him,
much.
man. He's my producer.
Thank you. I can't do this.
Show.
You can't do this without a great team. I could just be a producer, but to have a wonderful team, work together like a family, like a well-oiled engine, you know?
I see you out there.
Oh, look at all these hands and all these
Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the love. And I'm telling you, for good gear, God Body. Call up Bruce Jackson. Bruce Jackson on Facebook. My name's Derek Stroman. I'm the host of the show.
Yes.
Call up Bruce. Get yourself a God Body shirt. You'll love it. He's got all different colors, sweaters, hats, you name it. All right, love you guys.
Weather is going to have
Keep watching the Speak Your Mind show.
Oh my God.
I'll see y'all in a few.
Yeah, we got 1 minute. How's that? See that? There was a great commercial. You couldn't have got a better commercial than that. I got a wonderful song coming back to the show.
And if you want, you can tell Brian and stuff. We're going to get to those guys. I'm going to get to them right away.
Okay. Well, when you get back, say, okay, we're back. And then we'll be a couple callers. Brian will be with you, and just name them down the road. That's how you do it. You name them down the road.
Give me a free gift
You know
card. I love that. I'm a frequent business traveler, so that's thousands a year in free gift cards for me, and lots of savings for my company. Plus, I still get all my airline miles.
Oh, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bang, boom, bang, bang.
I got $200 to spend at Amazon,
All right.
and my company
Hold
saved
on, Mama.
a ton. You can too. Just use the code.
You can too.
Yeah. And you're guaranteed at least a $100.
You're gonna love this
Amazon
song.
gift
It's
card
called "You
free.
Sexy Thing."
That's right. Just use the code
By Hot Chocolate, which is great in the
and your
in the
first trip
winter,
gets
not
you
the
at least
summer.
a $100 gift
Unless
card.
it's iced
guaranteed.
chocolate, but then that's
Upside.
kind of a milkshake.
Save big on travel and get a big
I'm a
gift
chocolate
card
guy. I
every
should have been
trip.
Willy
That's
Wonka.
Upside.
You ready?
Minimum purchase required. See site for complete details.
Hit it.
Radio 680 WCBM.
I feel like I'm always dreaming. Or is this the Kentucky? This is the Kentucky Derby, or is this the Speak Your Mind WCBM studio?
I'm pretty sure it's Speak Your Mind.
Okay.
No, it smells like a studio right now.
Yeah. Well, congratulations anyway to Always Dreaming. I would like to bring in Mr. Chris Meyer. Can we bring in Chris? And I also want.
Yes. Beautiful.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
All right.
Good, man. Thank you for waiting as well. You are
Got 'em on.
present
That's how you
now
do that.
with Annette Munich. She's actually calling live from Chicago. Myself, of course, Micah and Amber Dalton are in the studio with us, and super producer Ron Savage.
Yeah.
I mentioned Hamilton, and I know that
I'm fucking great.
I know that that's not the only thing that you've been in, but when you were being introduced to me before we even met, Hamilton.
See, right now we can talk a little bit and have fun. Because we won't have a break till.
What was Hamilton really
10
about?
off.
I watched a little bit of it online.
Right now,
But what was Hamilton really about?
I think it was like a New York film student's attempt at something a little avant-garde that was never attempted in American film history, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it was to make a movie that was partly silent. I think it was originally written as a silent film, kind of, where the characters don't talk.
Right.
And you were supposed to try to figure out the interactions with the characters and who they were. And I think with even people's attention span when it came out in 2006, which it was filmed in 2002, I don't think a lot of people got it, but the art community, I guess it was really well, went to the New Yorker, wrote about it, went over to France.
Wow.
It was, the narrative was
Do an
that
image promo, 15 seconds.
his father was kind of a deadbeat in a sense, but he was an odd deadbeat, and that's why I was interested in it, because he took care of the kids financially.
Oh, I know what promo I
but he
like.
didn't take care of it emotionally. Anybody's cup of tea. I don't even know if it's my cup of tea.
What happened? Did we go off there?
Chris, a
We
paycheck
got a
is
nice
paycheck.
promo here. It's the St. Jude promo coming up. I love the St. Jude promo. It's
One
terrific.
penny from that.
Oh, well, there you go. First off, I'm captivated by the concept that they wanted to do it as a very dialogue-free endeavor. I mean, not to compare it to something made for children, but I actually found that one of the most compelling things of the Disney Pixar film WALL-E was that the first half of the film there was virtually no dialogue, and it really made you pay attention to it. It made you delve into the film and try and get as much from the characters as you could, since there wasn't any exposition or any dialogue.
Yeah.
Hot Blooded by Foreigner. That's a good song. I'll do that.
IMDb, and it says that you and Lena in the film represented accidental parents. Can you tell me what they meant by accidental parents?
I have no clue.
Oh, okie doke.
I don't really know. I'm assuming that was a review that was written up about it. I even got written out of the Baltimore Sun for it. I was only doing it for publicity and just to try to work on my acting chops and things like that.
Well, fair enough. I mean, you've been in films with
Let me tell you about, excuse me too, Mike, and let me tell you about, because I had the chance to meet you, Chris, so it's so funny. I love this guy, Annette. This guy is somebody who has been around great actors. I mean, I was astounded just looking through his gallery of pictures, man. I mean, the guy sat there and he was scrolling down his phone. Are you guys listening to me? Of all the people that I see on TV, I'm just like, are you kidding me? He's standing there, and believe me,
Derek, it can be pretty frustrating at night for the past 10 years. When I sit at home and I'm flipping through the channels, I literally know just about everybody on the channel. Nobody with me. I know they believe me, the people that are with me, but it's just an odd feeling. It's an odd feeling, and people want that recognition, and they care. I don't really care, to be honest.
Right.
But it's tough because it's personal politics as well as everything, in my opinion.
As you explained to me.
Life to really get you as a human being, but other than that, it's all it's a dog and pony show, just like the political thing you were talking about. It's all whoever's taking care of who, and I don't take care of anybody but my own.
And please
stay
absolutely.
I'm told it's hard to get places without the back scratching.
And this is what Chris talked about when we had a chance to hang out, which we're going to do again here in the future. But I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'm going to do something here, Annette. I'm going to bring in a bunch of callers here. We got callers. And we only have an hour show, so I want you guys to stay on. And I want you guys to participate in the conversations and whatever these guys want to talk about. Brian has been waiting so patiently. He's calling from Catonsville. Can we bring Brian in?
Come on in, Brian.
What's on your mind?
Welcome to the Speak Your Mind show. What's on your mind?
Hi, Brian.
Brian, are you with us?
Bueller? Anybody?
I feel like we're at a seance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know where he's at.
Brian's been waiting for a while, so Brian may call back. Brian may actually just have us on mute or something. I don't know. Can we bring in Henry J? And
come on, Henry.
Henry, welcome to Speak Your Mind
I
Show.
thought it was, that's what it is morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He's on there.
I'm sorry about the other gentleman who you guys seem to lost.
Oh, not a big deal. Henry, what's on your mind, buddy?
Oh, hey, I wanted to talk about, okay, all right. You were talking about driving and that people were upset about the election.
Yeah, that was how I opened the show.
Crazy. Okay, I used to drive for the, at the time, before it became Thoroughgood Marshall,
Mm-hmm.
it was DWI, Baltimore Washington International Airport.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I'm going to date myself. And even before that, the planes used to land right down outside of Dundalk on the water. And I know a lot of people may remember that, but
I actually live in Dundalk. So.
I drove shuttle service.
Right.
So I was involved in every traffic jams in the world. And I've seen a lot of bad people driving. I don't think it had anything to do about an election.
Right.
Or anything like that. I don't know.
Well, Maryland has always been bad, a bad state as far as compared to the rest of the country as far as driving in. So we know we have bad drivers. I agree with you. There is always some sort of bad drivers, and it depends on what time of evening or day that you're commuting. So my point was it's not just on the road.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, it boils down to you're living in this self-serving me generation. That everything I say matters.
Yep.
Everything I do matters. Where I'm going matters.
Exactly.
Well, I'll say that, but I'll tell you what, Henry. When it comes to actual driving,
that's actually Chris that you're speaking to.
Oh,
Chris.
The problem with Maryland drivers is that we are in a state that consistently gets lots of snow, and I seem to be the only person in northern Maryland that has any clue how to drive in snow. Get used to it, people. It's going to snow. You have to learn how to do it. I live on a hill, and I see people sliding sideways down that hill every winter in four-wheel drive vehicles.
Oh my
Come
gosh,
on,
it's
people, get with the
great.
program.
It is.
Yes.
If you're going to slide sideways, hey, if that's the only way to get down the hill, go for it. But you know what? No, I wanted to leave on a funny note.
Okay.
Driving an airport shuttle, I've met so many interesting people that aren't from Maryland, and I learned a lot about this country, and without having to go across the state lines. But there was one thing in particular, and I'm going to say this. It was an older gentleman and his younger daughter, and she was really, really scared of flying, and she made it very obvious to me that she did not want to fly to that day. And I turned to her and I turned to her father and said, listen, let me tell you, the scariest part about flying is getting to the airport.
Hey, Henry, really appreciate your call, man.
You know what? She smiled, and I'm sure. Well, of course.
Let's just fly Delta, huh?
I have no idea.
Hey, Henry, we're pushing up against a break here, so I'm gonna have to let you go. But I really appreciate your call. Thank you for listening to the Speak Your Mind show.
He's out of there.
Definitely call up again, and just make sure that you do not go out on the roads right now, man. Hang out at the house and enjoy your weekend, okay? But so you get what I was saying, Chris and Annette. I understand that Maryland is bad for driving. It's always been like that. That's why you have to go to driving school. And you mentioned Missouri, Annette, and I graduated high school in Missouri, Fort Leonard Wood, and the neighboring town was called Waynesville. And there, when I was 16 years old, you just go, you get your, you pass the written test, you take the driving part of the test, and you get your license. I wouldn't even want to attempt to get my license here in Maryland.
Can I just say it's a nightmare to get your license here? I'm 27 years old, and I'm going to mention the saddest fact that anybody's ever heard. I still don't have my license due to years and years of being in accidents caused by other people, and I'm not driving, I'm in the back seat, and numerous things. In any case, can I just say our driver's ed system is the most messed up thing on the planet. I was sitting there last year in a driver's ed classroom, and one of the final videos they showed us had such amazing celebrities as Tim Allen, George Bush, and Rue McClanahan.
Wow.
They were
the video
showing
us
in the video.
Yes,
in driver's ed.
In driver's ed, the video telling us, "Hey kids, it's cool to be safe," had those amazing rising stars in them that all of us young
to
people.
Call Rue McClanahan a rising star.
Exactly, but I was in a room full of teenagers who was like, "Who's that guy?" And wait a second, isn't that the guy from Galaxy Quest?
Proof that everything that the government does, they suck at. They got all those actors, but the reason why she still doesn't have her license is the company shut down before she completed her course, and the MVA lost the records of it. So now we have to redo it.
One drive time away.
Do you have to go to driver's education in Chicago and that?
Oh, Chicago.
Yes, it's a requirement now, but back in the day you didn't have to. If you could pass the test, you could pass the test. And also, I've kind of
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Chicago drivers, it's no picnic here, but when the weather gets bad, the plows are out, the salt trucks are out, the city doesn't stop. And also, if you're on the expressway, anytime, between 6 in the morning and 10 at night, you're only going 20 miles an hour anyhow. So, that makes it a little bit easier. It's pretty hard to speed on these expressways if you're in the city, because there's just so much traffic that you can't. But
I keep thinking of that movie
one
Borat.
thing, like in
Sorry,
Missouri,
guys. Did you guys see that movie Borat?
Oh,
Borat?
that movie, Borat.
Where he kind of like fakes the people out that he's a foreigner.
That's one of my
I wanted to see it.
I'm not a Sacha Baron Cohen person, but did you enjoy it?
The driver's ed teacher that he fools is from Perry Hall. And he actually pulls out a thing of whiskey and starts drinking it. And the guy's like, no, not that here. But he's still laughing about it.
Gotcha. Hey, I got to ask you, I see in your catalog that you were in Head of State. Do you have any amusing Chris Rock related stories from that?
Yeah, but they're a little bit X-rated, but
do you have PG?
I was a fan of Chris Rock since I've been younger. He's one of the people I wanted to meet, and I got to meet him, and I would put him on the level of Groucho Marx. I know that almost sounds insane.
A little bit. I'm going to have to. We're heading into a break, but when we get back, I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, hang in there, guys. Hey, we're heading a break.